Hello there, this is Dimitris Christou, and I'm pretty glad for having a nice little collection on the Blender market, and it's called animated text. There are 12 files here and 2 variations, and they're pretty easy to use. All you have to do is open the file, select the text object, change the text to whatever you like, and then render stills or animation. And for this video tutorial here, we're going to focus on this file right here, and we're going to see how to move things using the noise. And although we've seen this before, we're going to see how this works a bit more. So this is the file. I'm moving back to frame 1 and hit play. And as you can see, we have all sorts of crazy stuff here going on. We have objects moving, and as I said before, the way to use the text, the animated text files, is select the text, hit the tab key, and type in your text. Type in whatever you like and hit the tab key again, and the file will work with the new text. So this is the file, and I'm going to explain a bit about the noise motion. So I'm going to move over here and click File and New for the new file. Alright. We have the default Blender scene here. I'll hit the delete key to delete the default cube. I'll hit 7 on my memory keypad for the ortho view, and I'll hit Shift A and add mesoplane. I'll hit the tab key to switch from object to edit mode, and hit X and delete only faces. So I'm keeping the edges here and the vertices. I'll hit the A key to select all, hit E to extrude, right mouse button click to cancel any motion, any movement for the extruded vertices, and I'll just hit the S key to scale the extruded vertices away from the previous box. Okay, now I'm hitting the tab key to switch from edit object mode, and hit Shift A and add mesh another plane. Tab key again, and I'll hit the S key to scale this plane down. Alright, and tab to switch back to object mode. What I'll do now is move over to the constraints, click this little chain icon here for the object constraints. I'm going to click here, and let's limit location. We have the limit location options, and for this one we're going to use noise to move it on the X and Y axis. We don't care about the Z axis. So I'm going to this one, the first one is the X axis. Let's take a look. Okay, and check the minimum X and set the minimum X to let's set it to minus 0.9, I guess. Yep, it will be fine. As you can see, I can move it past the 0.9 on the X-axis, and I'll also set the maximum to a positive 0.9. So as you can see, we can move the little plane here only up to the sides of the biggest of the frame. Okay, I'll do the same thing for the Y-axis. Minimum Y to minus 0.9 and maximum Y to 0.9. And let's see it again. As you can see, we can only move our cube in the frame. And this is exactly what we want to do. We want to limit the noise, the motion of our object within a frame or within a screen, because the noise moves our objects quite randomly. And let's say if you're looking through your camera on this plane right here, and you have some noise and you have a clip that goes on for a very long time, and eventually the noise might move the object away from the camera frame, so you won't be able to see it if the clip is too long and the noise is too strong. So let's move our plane here back to 0 on the X and Y axis. I'm at frame 1 and I'll hit the I key to insert the location keyframe. Split the 3D view, change the top 3D view into a graph editor. And let's unfold the location. We won't need the Z location, hit the X key to delete it. Select the X location, hit the I key to insert. Oh, we have inserted the keyframe, excuse me. I'll hit N for the properties here. Move down. Click Add Modifier. I'm at the Modifiers tab, and let's add some noise. And we have the scale and the strength. Let's increase the scale. Let's set it up to 20, and let's set the strength up to 10. And for the Y location, again, click Add Modifier. Let's add noise. Let's set the scale up to 30 and the strength up to 12, and let's set the offset to 30. Okay, now I'll hit play, and as you can see, we are having the random movement of the cube, of the plane, but it always stays within the frame, and this is what we want to do. And you'll find out that this can be pretty useful when you want to create a certain type of motion, a certain type of objects for your scenes. Okay, I'm hitting pause, and I want you to see another thing. Let's say that we want to treat this object as a single object, as a display diagram or something like that. What you have to do is, while the plane here is selected, hold down the Shift key and right mouse button click to select the frame, and hit Ctrl P and set parent to object. Now I have the frame being a parent of the little plane here. Now if you want to hit the grab key, hit the G key to grab and move the frame. As you can see, we're having the little plane here limited by the constraints, and it can't move past the 0.9 on the X and Y axis, and this is some sort of trouble if you want to move the frame and having the little plane here follow. What you can do about it is select the little plane here, move over to the constraints, and you can change here the convert options from world space to local space. And now if you select the frame, hit the Z key to move it all. Let's move it at about here. And you can see now that the little plane here works locally, and it can easily move whatever the frame is, and it can follow the constraints on the 0.9 on the X and Y axis. So this is it. This is actually the basis for the file you've seen of the animated text. We'll see a few more things about the animated text. As you realize, I can't show you how to build the entire file. There are lots and lots of objects there, but the most useful thing, the most nice thing about this file is moving objects using the noise F-curve modifiers and trying to limit or to control the noise for the motion. So this is Dimitris Christou, and thanks for watching.